Hey everyone, and welcome to the club and welcome to another weekend art challenge. Today I'll be fusing Deadpool with the Flash. Now let's get started at the top of our page with the eyes. I'm going to move over to the left side and start with the upper eyelid. So we start on the outside. We're going to draw a curve coming in and then just pulling that down. I'm going to leave a gap in the center and do the same thing on the right side. So let's line up the inside of the eyelid, curve up, and then out. From the inside of the eyelid, I want to curve up the frown line. So on the left side, we're just going to pull it in and then go up. Do the same thing on the right side. Now from here, we're going to tuck the eyes in underneath the eyelid. So it's almost like a half circle. So on the left side, we're going to step in, curve down and in towards the bottom of the eye. I'm just going to pull that in towards the bottom corner of the frown line. Let's do the same thing on the right. I want to add a little fold on the inside edge of the eye. So let's start on the left side. I'm just going to come down just underneath the eye and out. We'll do the same thing on the right, coming out and then down. Now that we've drawn the eyes, let's go ahead and draw on the bottom part of the face. So on the left side of the eye, we're going to start with the upper cheek. We're going to curve down. I'm just going to pull that down towards the chin. Just rounding out the bottom of the chin. We're going to work our way back up towards the right side, just beside the eye. Now let's connect these 2 points with a curve for the top of the head. It's almost like drawing a circle. We're going to start by curving this out slightly and then pulling that around towards the top of the head. And I'm going to round this out and then back down on top of the right cheek. Now let's go in and draw the detail around Deadpool's eyes. So in between the eyes, we're going to step in. We start with a point, one on the left, go over to the right and draw a point on the right side. Now from here I'm going to curve over the frown line and up towards the left side. And leave a little bit of space along the top, right up here. Let's do the same thing on the right. Going over the frown line and out towards the side of the head. From this point I want to follow the same curve of the head, coming in between the head and the eye and then down towards the cheek. We do the same thing on the right. And then from here we're going to curve in and then up towards the inside of that line. Now I just want to add the Flash's chin piece down here. So in the middle here, we're going to draw a curve from left to right, coming down, and then back up, and we're going to angle down with a straight line towards the bottom of the chin. From the bottom point of this detail, starting on the left side, we're going to curve down and then in. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to go up towards the top of the trim and add a slightly different pattern. From here, we're going to angle in and up with a straight line. Do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to curve out towards the top of the head. Now let's move to the outside and draw on Flash's ear cover. So in line with the top of the eye, we're going to step out to the side of the head, curve out. Now I'm just going to pull that in towards the side of the cheek. We do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to add the lightning bolts along the side. From the top of this ear cover, I'm going to draw a straight angled line going up and out. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now back here, I'm just going to angle down. So it's tapering in. We'll do a short angled line going out. Now I'm going to curve this in towards the bottom of the ear cover. Let's do the same thing on the right. So tapering it down. We're going to do a short angled line going out and then curve down towards the bottom of the ear cover. Okay, so now that we've got the face, let's work our way down the body. I'm going to start with the sides of the body coming down towards the hip. So on the left side here, curve out and then down towards the hip. Let's go to the right side and do the same thing. To the same height. Now I want to connect these 2 points with a curve, but in the center here I'm going to add a circle for the buckle. Starting from the top, draw in a large circle. Now let's add in Deadpool's buckle detail. So we're going to draw two straight lines coming down in the middle, leaving a space at the top and the bottom. Now I'm just going to follow that curve around the left side and just connect the top and the bottom line. Now I'm just going to add the eyes. In the center on the left, we're going to draw an angled line coming down, going up on the right. Now I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve for the bottom of the eye. Let's fill the top and the bottom areas in black. Now let's take the bottom of the hips and curve in behind the buckle, coming down and then across. Now right in the middle of the chest, we're going to add Flash's symbol. So we start with the top of the lightning bolt first. So over towards the right, the center, come down at an angle. We're going to go across. We're going to continue down again. Now I'm going to work my way around the right side of the lightning bolt. So we're going to go up and out, come in with a short line, and then connect the top and the bottom. Now we're going to draw a circle in behind the lightning bolt. So from the tip, we're going to step down, curve the left side of the circle, and then we'll continue around the right side. Now from here, I want to add a strap going across the chest from behind the symbol. So on the left side, I'm going to draw a straight line going across, then on the right. Now we're going to step down and draw that same line in behind the symbol. Let's add a little strap detail. Just a straight line on either side. Directly underneath the chin, I'm going to draw a straight line coming down the middle, in behind the symbol. Now we're going to come down just a little along the bottom. From the center, we're going to angle down and out towards the left. Go down and out towards the right. And I'm going to pull this up towards the side of the body. And then from these bottom points, I'm going to draw a straight line coming down towards the waist. Let's add two straps along the shoulder. So from the bottom, we're going to step out, we're going to curve out, and we're going to pull that in about halfway along the side of the body. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to add a strap along the top. So right up here, we're going to draw one line, step down, and draw a second line. Now with this character, I want to have him holding two swords. So let's start with the arms first. Starting from the top of the strap, I'm going to curve out and then down towards the inside of the elbow. From here, I'm going to draw a straight angled line coming down towards the wrist. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving out the upper part of the arm towards the elbow. Now we're going to angle down and out towards the wrist. Let's go back to the left side and draw on this hand. We're going to start with the thumb. Starting from the wrist, we're going to curve up, down. Now we're going to swirl the thumb up. Let's hook back the palm, so curving down and then in. We're going to stack 3 fingers in behind the thumb. So right in here, we're going to draw a half oval, going out and back in. At the bottom here, we're going to draw the second finger, going around. Now we're going to tuck this one underneath the thumb. We'll do that one more time. Let's go over to the right and do the same thing. Starting with the thumb. I'm just going to pull that up, and we'll hook back the palm. Let's add 3 fingers in behind the thumb, starting with a half oval. Now that we have the fingers in place, we're going to draw in the handle of the sword. So at the bottom finger here, we're going to draw 2 lines coming down in a slight angle. We're going to angle the sword out towards the left. Down here, we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Now let's go up to the top and draw in the hilt. So we're going to draw a straight angled line going just above the thumb. We're going to square off the ends with a short line. Now we're going to pull that back in behind the finger and the thumb. Let's do the same thing on the right. So the sword's going to be angled up this way. So we're going to draw 2 angled lines underneath this finger. Close off the bottom with a curve. Now let's draw on the top of the hilt. So this is going to touch the top of the thumb in an angle going across. Square off the ends. And then we'll come back in behind the thumb and then the finger. Now let's draw the swords curving up towards the head. So right above the thumb here, we're going to start by going straight up in an angle. Now we're going to curve that up and in. We'll do the same thing on the right. Just above the thumb, go out at an angle, and then we'll curve that up and into the same height. Let's angle down the tip of the sword, coming down and out. I'm going to follow that same curve coming back down toward the hilt. Now let's go back down and finish off the bottom of the arm. So in behind the handle here, I'm going to draw the bottom of the palm going up and in. We're going to step back to create an overlap, curve across, and then in behind the body. We're going to do the same thing on the right. In behind the handle, draw on the bottom of the palm. Now stepping down, curve across, and then up in behind the body. We draw a separation detail in the upper arm. So from the elbow, we're going to curve in and then down, in behind the body. And we'll do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to add the wristband, but we want to make it look like a lightning bolt. So starting from the upper part of the wrist, we're going to curve around and down, about halfway. We're going to angle up. We're going to continue that curve going all the way down towards the bottom of the arm. Now I just want to take that and duplicate it up above. Stepping over, we're going to curve down, angle up, and then we'll continue that curve all the way down towards the bottom of the arm. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the wrist, curving down and in about halfway, angle up, and then curve back down. Now let's continue working down with the legs. So just below the buckle here, I'm going to locate the lower torso with a curve from left to right going up and then down. On the left side, I'm going to step in, curve out, and then down towards the heel. Do the same thing on the right side. Let's round out the bottom of the foot. From heel to toe, we'll curve down and then back up. Now from the toe, I want to round out the top of the foot and aim towards the heel, but we're going to stop about halfway, going across, and just start to pull that down. Now let's go back to the hips and draw on the outside of the leg. Starting on the left side, we're going to curve out, and we're going to pull that straight down on top of the left foot. Let's do the same thing on the right, curving out, and then pulling that down. At the bottom of the foot, I'm going to add the sole, so we're going to step up and just follow that same curve from toe to heel, and the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to draw a cuff along the bottom of the ankle, but we're going to do that same lightning bolt shape. So we're going to start on the outside of the foot, curving down about halfway. Now we're going to angle up and out, and then curve towards the inside of the leg. Now we're going to take that and just duplicate it below. Stepping down, curving across, up at an angle, and then across. Now let's do the same thing on the right. We're going to start with the inside of the leg, curving across, and then we're going to duplicate that. Stepping down, now we want to draw on the bottom edge of the belt in behind the buckle. So from this line, I'm going to step down, just follow that same curve in behind the buckle on both sides. We're going to add a little bit of detail to the upper leg. So about halfway along this line, I'm going to curve out and then down. Now we're going to curve in towards the inside of the leg, coming down and then in. Let's add a pouch on either side of the hip. So above this line, we're going to step up, draw an angled line, going out, step down, draw that same thing. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with a straight line. We're going to do the same thing on the right. And that's pretty much it. There's this week's art fusion between Deadpool and the Flash. I hope you enjoyed today's challenge. Make sure you subscribe and send me your challenge ideas in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.